So listen, this is this thread that I need honestly. When now that Iris mentions the interview room, I'm like, this is something else. I
Hmm.
think I'm gonna make every white person read, and this is a little lengthy, but stay with me.
Hmm.
There are two general camps of thought in black culture about solidarity with white people. Those who believe it can be productive, and those who believe it can never be productive. The second group's position is often often supported by the response of white people to the first. Are there black people who look at the history of whiteness in America and find nothing to feel for white people but righteous indignation and scorn? Yes. Are there those who seek the humanity trapped under whiteness? Yes. But let me explain. Mostly we just don't trust y'all. The whole point of whiteness was to tie assorted Europeans together in a shared identity. The unifying thread was the principle of anti-blackness. As with any fraternity, cult, or gang, the benefits come with a demand for undying loyalty. To ask a white person to show solidarity with black people is to literally ask that they turn against whiteness, the source from which their power, privilege, normalization, and very identity flows. To show solidarity with black people is to literally turn against whiteness. There is no way to show solidarity with black people while still performing whiteness. They are mutually exclusive. We get that this is hard. We get that you might really, really want to do it. We get that you have put in all sorts of effort. It's just that we don't trust that when it comes down to the line, you won't choose whiteness. Put it this way. If there's a national disaster and everyone has to evacuate, let's say we expect that white people would find some way to prioritize the escape of white people. We expect that white friends and allies will suddenly be all, well, it's pragmatic, you see. We would like to get everybody, but we have to take care of ourselves first. If you were in our position, which you're not, we're sure you'd do the same. Okay, real sorry, bye. That seems cynical until you realize that this has happened over and over again. It happens every
Hmm.
time a black child is killed by police and white people don't riot. It happens every time a white politician tells black people to wait for their turn. It happens each time a white person unfriends a black person for mentioning their racism. It happens each time a white person threatens to withdraw their allyship. It happens each time a white person demands the stage when black people are speaking. Every black person who has close relationships with white people shares the experience of at some point having to think or say, oh, come on, not you too. White people are Lucy asking black people to try to kick the football just one more time. This time, y'all promise. So by and large, as nice as y'all are, as well-meaning as y'all may be, as honest and forthright as y'all may be in everyday life, we don't trust y'all. If you're a white person and a black person loves you, cares for you, supports you, believes in you, remember that this is despite the fact that fundamentally we can't trust you. Don't take it personal. Just prove us wrong, and don't expect credit if you do. Time and time again, white people remind us that while your causes should be ours, our causes are not yours. Solidarity with black people is optional for white people because if you withdraw your solidarity, nothing changes for you. In fact, the legacy of whiteness on society makes it such that withdrawing support from black people is a benefit. It allows you to retreat into your comfort zone. It allows you to enjoy the privilege without your concern. It eases relationships with other white people. Everything about whiteness makes throwing blackness under the bus the easiest and most immediately beneficial option, financially, emotionally, socially. Whiteness as a construct pits rational self-interest against human decency. It leverages loss avoidance to keep people tethered. It constantly reminds people it constantly reminds white people the cost of turning against whiteness. To trust you, black people would have to have faith in you rejecting it all. White people have no discernible track record of doing this in any organized or significant fashion. It has never been prioritized, and why would it? What system explicitly prioritizes its own destruction? You will sell us out for your jobs, for your partners, for your kids, for an election, for a stock price, for a maintenance of self-image, for convenience, for comfort, for resources, for preferential treatment, for default status. Hell, you'll sell us out for retweets. Why trust you? Now you understand why black people raise an eyebrow at your peace-seeking calls for kumbaya. 50 points to any white person who knows what kumbaya means besides a corny, naive call for peace. If you don't know, think about that for a second. Now, knowing all of this, look at your pleas for acceptance through our eyes. Look at your demands to have your opinions heard. Look at your admonishments for not joining your white cause, candidate crusade. Ask yourself what presumption of good faith white people have earned. How much of your comfort, safety, quality of life, standard of living are you willing to sacrifice in the name of solidarity with black people? Don't answer. Think about it. Okay, now ask again. The answer in your heart is the answer we see on your faces.